Today, I want to talk about real sea monkeys. When I was a kid, my dad and I went on a boat trip. A friend of my dad's offered us to go on a fishing trip. It was an early morning trip. It was calm waters, sunny day, just, great weather. As we were going out to sea, I noticed some signs saying to keep out. I asked what was up with that, and my dad's friend said that the place was usually off limits to the public. But, as long as no one knows about it, then no one will find out. This place was supposedly closed off because of rocks under the water. So when he took us to this blocked off area, it was a huge area. It was besides all these cliffs, and there was these caves along the cliffs that looked like it had very deep water. And when we got there, we just started fishing. I like fishing, but, it gets kind of boring. And after a couple of hours, I stopped and started to look out at the back of the boat. I saw something moving in the water. Called out to my dad, but he was busy talking to his friend. Then I saw this creature in the water. And as a kid, I assumed it was just some type of aquatic animal. And when it got closer, I noticed it kind of looked like a bluish green person. And for a while, we just, stared at each other. I've been to the zoo a couple of times, and I heard the phrase, sea monkey, before. And I remember seeing an advertisement for these sea monkeys in the, magazine. However, I never actually, seen a real sea monkey in real life. So I assumed that this thing I'm looking at must be a sea monkey. And I know that people keep sea monkeys as pets, so I wanted to take it home with me. So I went to get some fish bait, and when I came back, it was gone. Then, out of nowhere, I got knocked down, and then I realized it had jumped on me. Then it started to check me out, and looking through my hair, and opening my mouth. Then it started to stare at me, then try to feed me some of the bait. And when I managed to, calm it down and stop it, the next question I asked myself was, how do I get this sea monkey home without letting my dad know? Because you see, my dad doesn't like pets, so I knew it wasn't going to let me keep this sea monkey. So I went to the fish cooler, and it was packed, but the biggest thing was this big fish, which I threw overboard. And I put the sea monkey in it, and I told it to be quiet. Then later on, when we made it to the dock, I asked to move the cooler to the SUV. When I checked the cooler, I saw the sea creature with blood all over its face and hands, with a smile on its face. Then when I looked inside the cooler, I realized it had eaten all the smaller fish that we caught that day, and only little scraps remained. I quickly took the creature to the car inside of the cooler. Then when I got to the car, I took it out, and I put it in the back seat, and I covered it with my shirt and a jacket that was already in there. And when my dad saw me, he asked me what I was doing without my shirt on. I just told him I was getting too hot. When we got home, I immediately ran to the house with the creature in my clothes. I could hear my dad yelling that something ate all the fish, but I just ignored that. When I got to the room, I locked the door and let the creature out. We ended up just having fun, watching TV, dressing up, taking photos. Then we eventually went to bed. In the middle of the night, I heard a crash. Then I woke up, and the sea monkey was still sleeping next to me. Then I heard these large thumps coming up the stairs. Now I know my dad sleeps down the hall, so nothing should be coming up the stairs. But whatever it was now outside my door. And I knew this because the door handle started to jiggle. I was starting to get scared and unable to move. Then I hear this pop, and the door creaks open. And something big was standing outside my door. Then, Bonnie. That's what the sea monkey yells next to me, then jumps out of bed and starts talking to this big creature at the door. Seems like they know each other. Then, out of nowhere, the little one grabs my head and starts to walk to the door. Then the big one made some noises, and the little one looked sad, and I sort of figured out that the little one wanted me to go with it, but the big one didn't want me to. And I said it was okay, and I hugged the little sea monkey, and it made some noises, and then it bit my hand. And then they both left. And in the morning, I got in trouble because the door handle was ripped out, and my dad blamed me for it. I never saw a sea monkey again. Looking back, I realize now that it was not a sea monkey. Well, that's all I have to say for today. Thanks for watching.